Hi everyone, my name is Josh Bork here with Gazelle Sports. I'm the training development lead here at Gazelle Sports, and I've been with the company for about 14 years, and I've been coaching track and field for 15 years. I'm just here to give you a little bit of a rundown on track spikes. This is just a real general overview for you. So first, let's talk about the difference between an entry-level spike and a more elite level spike. An entry-level spike is going to be pretty basic. It's going to get you where you need to go. It's going to be fast. But it's not going to have all the bells and whistles that like an elite level spike has. So when you go up to that elite level, that premium level, what you're paying for is performance. You're not necessarily paying for increased longevity of life or anything like that. You're paying for more bells and whistles, more technology. So you're going to get lighter weight materials, more of that carbon fiber in the shoe itself, in the spike plate. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way to go for you. Because at the end of the day, if the spike doesn't fit, doesn't matter how much technology is in it, you're not going to run fast. Right? So getting that right fit is the most important thing, and then determining kind of what price point works for you, what makes sense. Your entry level is going to be a little bit lower price point than your elite level, and that's certainly a consideration for a lot of folks. Let's start talking about some of the differences between spikes. Okay, first you have your sprint spikes. Okay, in a sprint spike, this is going to be designed for something shorter distance, right? So your 60 meter dash, 100, 200, depending on your skill level, the 400 as well. You can also use a sprint spike for field events like long jump or pole vault. And generally what you're getting is no heel there because you're all up on your toes the whole time. So again, sprint spike for those really short distances, maybe up to a 400. A couple of great options for that. The Nike Zoom Rival S, the S is for sprint there, and the Adidas Sprint Star. Now on to the middle distance spikes. When you look at a middle distance spike, you are truly thinking about that middle distance. So your 400, your 800, maybe even up to the 15, 1600. But middle distance is going to be the most versatile spike on the wall. Okay, so that means you can use it for a lot of things. So if you're somebody who isn't quite sure what events you're going to be doing this spring, your coach hasn't told you yet, or you're not quite sure where you're going to find your love for the sport, middle distance is a pretty safe bet. You can really use a middle distance spike to sprint in anywhere from the 100 up to the mile. And if you're a 2 miler, you probably know that. So middle distance is great for that, but it's also great for hurdles. It's really good for just a generic field event spike. So if you really can only get one pair of spikes and you want it to be able to do everything, middle distance is the way to go. A couple of great options there. The Hoka Crescendo is a really good middle distance spike, as is the Nike Zoom X Dragonfly. Now on to distance spikes. Okay, distance is going to be really that mile, 2 mile, 5K, 10K. And then sometimes you can stretch it down to an 800 as well. Again, depending on, do you want to own 2, 3 pairs of spikes, or do you just want to have one? It really, when you look at a distance spike, you're going to have a lot more heel, a lot more midsole to it because it's built for those longer distances. You're not going to be up on your toes the whole time. You're going to have more of a normal training type of gait, even in those races. And so you need a little bit more underfoot. Some really good options in the distance spike. The Nike Zoom Rival D, where the D is for distance, and also the Zoom X Dragonfly as well. Let's talk a little bit about field event specific stuff that does exist. So if you're somebody who really takes a field event seriously, there are specialty spikes there for that. Of course, you've got your throwing shoes, which you don't want to run in, so you should not run in throwing shoes, just like you shouldn't throw in running shoes. Throws is really one of those events where you want to have your own specialty footwear there. So something like the Zoom Rotational, it's built for both the shot put and discus, assuming you're using a rotational method there. There are also some glide shoes as well. High jump specific spike is something, if you are really into high jump, that's probably the one that's most important to have something, because it has the spikes in the heel so that when you plant, you can really get your body in the position it needs to be in to make a successful high jump. With that said, a lot of high jumpers still use a middle distance or a sprint spike, and they do just fine. But if you're somebody who's really into the sport or just really wants to have a different spike for every single event you do, having field event spikes is really a great option. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you need more information, you can check out our website. There's a lot more there at gazellesports.com. Or if you just need to have more of an in-depth conversation, come in and try some spikes on, see how they fit. You can visit any one of our 6 locations across the state of Michigan. From everyone here at Gazelle Sports, have a great spring and keep moving.